Hi everyone, and welcome to And So On. My name is Lisa, and today I have an awesome interview with a local Toronto designer, Michelle Maynard of the clothing line Simone's Rose. And I've actually divided this interview into two because it was over a half an hour long and I thought that was a bit long for one video. So today is part one, tomorrow will be part two, and at the end of part two there is a giveaway. As a matter of fact, I believe it's either 4 or 5 lengths of fabric that I'm going to be giving away. So please do make sure you come back. That said, please do subscribe. I'm really trying to get my subscribers up, and I'm going to tell you next week why. There's something special going on in Toronto that I really want to be a part of as a YouTuber, and I need 10,000 subscribers to do it. So we're at 5. There's no reason why we can't get to 10. Please do subscribe. I would so appreciate it. I'm so excited for you guys to see this interview. We spent about 2 hours together and I've tried to really distill it down, but we covered so many topics. Everything from her personal fabric stash, the fabric she uses for her business, sustainability as someone who used to work within the major fashion brands and now has her own business, how she sews her entire line herself, how she customizes her line, what her fabrics look like. I mean, it goes on and on. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy this. And I had to start with her little dog, Simon, who's a senior dog and who has a very interesting place where he likes to sleep. Designer dog sleeping,
yeah,
sleeping in the scraps. Oh, it's so perfect. Hey, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Michelle. I am the founder and owner of Simone's Rose, which is my clothing label.
How long have you had your business?
So it's been, I think, 7 years in February.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And tell me about how you decided to launch your business and how that all got started.
So I used to work for a denim brand. I worked there for about 5 years. I started off as basically a fit model and tech pack person, and I worked my way up to head designer there. So that means I got to travel a lot and go to factories all over China. So I really got to see what happens in the manufacturing of like big clothing lines behind the scenes.
Yeah. Rivers
of like blue water and the conditions that workers sort of have to live through. So it just came to like a point of like transitioning, and a friend of mine had an open studio space to share. So I basically quit my job and started my business.
Wow, leap of faith.
I definitely took a leap of faith. Yeah, it was a big chance, but it turned out okay.
Yeah, this is amazing. Tell me about it.
So this is my beehive jacket. I originally designed the first version of it about 5 years ago. It was more of a winter coat, and it did have like straight across pockets and some Japanese pattern work, so the pockets would actually like protrude. And then it went into another version, which I don't have a sample of, but more in a fleece, and that one had lots of doodads on it, more like a trench.
Yeah.
So this season I wanted to just like strip it back and simplify it. And this is what came out of it.
Oh, it's so cool.
There's a nice little pleat in the back, and then I've got some nice darting here to give it some shape.
Very cool.
And I also used like a heavier cassia lining, so
Okay.
it actually gives it structure.
Right.
And so for your viewers, if you want to make something like this,
yes,
I know that Paper Cut Patterns has a very similar pattern.
The Sapporo is very
Sapporo,
similar.
yeah. So
does it have the pleat on the back, the Sapporo? I don't think it does.
no, I've like
That pleat is
investigated.
cool. Yeah.
So I think the Sapporo has actual seams in the sleeves.
I think so too, yeah.
And I think it's got seams down the back. I'm not really sure, but
so
it looks really similar.
Yeah, and did you say that you have a version that has a vintage lining in it?
I do. So this one, I did in 3 different fabrics just to give some variety. And so I did this one in a washed linen. Yeah. And then I had this beautiful vintage lining.
That is so cool.
Which is from the 60s. So obviously I had to use it.
Yeah.
in like the best way possible so it didn't go to waste.
And you said that the lower part is cut on the bias.
Yeah, so I wanted to give it sort of like a little bit of volume in the bottom. So I cut this one on the bias just to kind of see how it would look. So I do offer it to my clients with or without the bias cut, because some people prefer just like streamlined,
Right.
unwashed linen.
Yeah.
Hanging straight.
And so how do you sell your clothes? In what form, like in what ways do you sell them to the market?
So I mostly sell online, and then I also do markets. So I'm quite selective about the shows and markets that I do, but I do that as well. And then I sell wholesale to smaller boutiques, also selectively. Because I don't want to sell to just like department stores that don't care and like
right.
end up throwing clothes in the garbage and stuff like that. So
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what's the process from when you have an idea for a design through to it hanging behind you there on the rack?
So I usually start with a color palette, because color really inspires me. And then I start sort of looking for details that I find interesting. So I just kind of build a mood board around like the inspiration.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of times it's like, oh, I was inspired by Italy or whatever, but
yeah.
For me it's more about everything around me. There's sometimes will be like a movie that inspires a collection, but most of the time it's just like fabrics, colors, and details, and then I just make stuff that I want to wear,
right.
basically.
Yeah, for sure. And do you create flat patterns for everything that you do?
I do. So I start with a base, and now, so because I've been doing this for so long, I can take patterns from last season and sort of just like tweak and change the shape a little bit. But if it's something totally new, I'll sometimes just drape it on the mannequin and then create a flat pattern from there. So this is, so one of my best sellers is the wrap skirt.
Yeah.
So this is the newest version of it.
Yeah. I love that pocket.
Yeah. So I love playing around with
dimple in it as well, right?
Yeah.
As well.
Giving things volume, and then I've got a cute little pocket here too.
Oh my gosh, adorable. I love
and again, like I love using bias trim, so I finish the pockets with bias.
Yeah.
And then this is just like seamed in, so it's a nice clean finish.
And it's got some vents on the side, I think.
Yeah, little vents on the side, because you know, you could wear something long, but you could still be kind of sassy.
Yeah, for sure. That is adorable.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. And I love, too, that, again, like, these are details that someone who wants to be just a little bit adventurous can go, I could take my wrap skirt pattern and give it little vents down the side.
Exactly.
Or give
add
a little
button, or, you know, like...
that little teeny pocket or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. You don't have to follow the rules.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be, and everything, I love that everything is like clean. This is very much my style. Very clean, classic, but with just that little
something
to make it special. Yeah, to make it special.
You know, you can do all the pattern. Basically, any design you can think of exists.
Yes.
You know, let's be real.
Nothing's original.
Yeah. So someone's made it somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
So adding those little details is what makes it special and makes it more like your design.
Yes.
So you could take any pattern and just like tweak it.
Yeah.
To what you like.
Amazing. Awesome. Cool. And what's your background in terms of education?
So I took some dressmaking courses, probably about like 15-20 years ago. And I also took apparel design at the University of Manitoba, which was a continuing ed program. It was basically, you learned how to make patterns from like drafting a block up to manipulating your blocks. And then I went to Ryerson for a few years and took the fashion design program there. And that was a 4-year program, but I only did 2 years.
And so you were telling me that you do all the sewing yourself.
I do.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm sort of in a transition period now where things are getting quite busy. So I do hire some people on contract to help me with certain things. even if it's just like in the studio cutting or packing orders.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm on the search for someone who can sew for me. So.
All right, any Toronto professional sewers out there, you can reach out to Michelle on Instagram.
I'd love it.
How many machines do you have that you use?
I basically use all my machines.
Yeah.
So right now I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 machines.
Wow.
The ones I use the most is my brother. It's the PQ 1500 SL.
Okay.
In case anyone's interested. It's a semi-industrial. It just does straight stitch, but it's fast and does a really good job. And you can sew from heavy fabrics to lightweight fabrics.
Okay.
And then the other one I have is, I call it my Benz, because I don't own a car, but
yes, it does say
I
Benz
do
on
have
it,
a
doesn't
Benz.
it?
Yes.
Yes.
So this one is industrial serger, but it does a chain stitch, and then it does a serge on the edge. So I can just like straight sew when I have to do a lot of manufacturing. This is like my baby.
Wow.
And then I've got just a regular serger, which I use depending on what I'm working on. And then I've got the industrial cover stitch, which is very dusty right now. But
And you said that one's secondhand, right?
This one's secondhand.
It looks old.
Yeah, because brand new, these are very expensive. You
Yeah.
have to pay up to $3,500.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you're in the market for it and you find a good used one, like, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, so the cover stitch does all the hemming on my knits, and I use it decoratively sometimes. So, and then I've got this little one, which is a newer one. It's a straight up serger, and it can be used as a cover stitch as well. So that's my backup.
Yeah. And what would you say you use most often?
Most often is my brother, well, and the Benz. So I use them in conjunction with each other. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then I've got my little Janome.
Right.
Which, if you're like beginner sewer and you're looking for a machine, this is a little workhorse.
Okay.
This machine.
So it's a P, what does that say?
It is PS 3022.
Okay.
This is an older one, so I think there's newer versions.
Yeah.
But I do like that it's got the metal bobbin case, which is like super solid.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a solid beginner machine, this is like a good one for under $300.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna know this because first of all, everyone's made it, and I've made it. And look at your version.
It's my.
It's so you said that you changed the neckline and took a little bit of the fullness out of the.
Yeah, a little bit of the fullness out because that pattern is quite full.
It is.
And it also shortened it a little bit.
Yeah. So cute. Okay, so show me this pattern you have in your hand.
Yeah, so this is a vintage butterick, and it's wrap and go.
Look at this.
And I have made it.
Have you?
Yes.
And did it turn out really cute?
Yeah, it's super cute. It's just
only 2 pieces. That is amazing.
It's really cool. It's a perfect little beach romper kind of.
Yeah.
You know, because it's open back. Yes.
It's honestly just for the artwork. They're amazing.
Yeah.
But do you make them up as well?
Sometimes I will, and I use this as inspiration also. Like you see this little pocket here.
Yes.
Like I love that.
Oh, yeah,
and that
sure.
they use it as a belt loop. So.
Oh my gosh, they use it as a belt loop. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Okay, that's the first half of the interview. I really hope you're enjoying it. I'm going to upload the other half tomorrow. In the interim, Michelle has been so kind and has offered a discount code if you would like one of her beautiful handmade customized pieces for yourself. Head over to her website and use the code AndSewOn15 to get 15% off until the end of July. And I'm going to put all that information below. Thank you so much, Michelle. That's really, really kind. If you haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button and the little notification bell, and you'll be notified tomorrow when the next one comes up. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.